Am I audible to everyone? Just respond to me over the chat. Am I audible? Good morning all. Am I audible to everyone? Okay, fine. One second. I'm just opening up the editor. Give me a second time. Which software? Which software? Which software? I haven't installed any software yet. Drawing, huh? Okay, okay. Yeah. I have done that yesterday. That work only. One second. 1 minute. I would like to share you that screen. 1 second. Can you people see this window? I mean the text editor window. Can you people see? Everyone? Okay. Fine. I will give it. At the end of the session, remember me, I will share it with you. At the end of the session, you just ask me, I will share. Okay. Fine, guys. Just quickly, just to see the definition of ORM again. Quickly, just see the definition of ORM again. We will see the Hibernate architecture today. What are the features of Hibernate? How exactly Hibernate works? And some basic information about Hibernate also I would give. Okay. The candidate is telling not audible. Fine. Am I audible to everyone, guys? Okay. Maybe the issue is with only in his laptop, I think. So make sure you do that thing, guy. Man. Now it's fine. Okay. Fine. So I would just like to reiterate the definition of an ORM. ORM stands for Object Relational Mapping. It is an acronym of that sentence. The definition says it refers to a set of rules or a guidelines which the tool will provide to map our object-oriented data elements with relational database elements. In order to map that information, you can give it to the tool either through XML or through annotations. Sir, which one will you teach? Initially, I will teach XML. Then I would immediately jump into annotations. And I would like to tell you this, once you are thorough with XML, getting changed to annotation is a cakewalk thing. Why? Because whatever tags you write there, that in the form of annotations you will write there. That's it. Apart from that, nothing else is there in that. A simple one. And then we have also seen what is a JDBC. Actually, it is an abstraction or a standardization which is brought up by Sun Microsystem, and it is like an interface where the implementations are completely given up by the database vendors like Oracle, MySQL, H2, Sybase, etc. Same way, we have something called as JPA, which stands for Java Persistency API, and it is also an abstraction given up by Sun Microsystem about the ORM. And the tools like Hibernate, EJB, Hibernate Stoplink will speak with JPA, and they had given up the implementation. And who had come up with Hibernate? If you ask, a person by the name Gavin King, he is the one who has come up with this tool called Hibernate. And it has removed all the drawbacks which were available in EJBs. Sir, we don't know EJB, so we are not aware of its drawbacks. No problem. You believe my words. EJBs are actually a heavyweight entities. Very tough thing to code. And all the loopholes this Gavin King, he has overcome in the tool called Hibernate. And you people are learning up a tool called Hibernate itself. And then what is the objective of the tool? It actually, I mean to say, it brings in a database persistency mechanism in, data persistency in enterprise application to 100% data persistency he would bring in. And the Hibernate versions are this one. We work with Hibernate 5. And sometimes maybe 4 also I will use 4, 5. 6 is the latest one, and that too only small changes they have brought in. That's all. That not that much change. I am doing my R&D work on that also. So I am not noticing that change which can be taught to the students. Small minimal changes. That's it. I am just saving up this. We shall see the Hibernate features then. Oh, identity mismatch I missed out in the thing. Okay, identity mismatch. Okay, okay. I would just do that also. Just a minute. Just a minute. I would do it. Nothing much is there in that. I would tell you what is the meaning of identity mismatch. Guys, if you are aware of this word called identity, I want you people to say what is the meaning of identity. What is the meaning of identity? A unique identification, entity, a unique identification. Now watch. Just answer this. Just answer it. I have two objects. I'm speaking about object oriented style. Object oriented. Object orientation maybe. I have two objects. Maybe I would say E1 object or EMP1 object. With EMP1 object, I would say EID is 10. E name, I would tell it as Sachin. And I would tell E address as though I meant to say Mumbai. This is one employee object. What I'm doing, again, I'm creating one more employee object with same EID. I want quickly everyone to say, in object orientation, can I create two objects with the same identity? Can I create? Think logically and answer. Oh, Janbat students are telling no. Oh. Ray Bhagwan. What is this? I am creating two objects. In the two objects also, I am keeping up same data. Tell me in Java, you can't do this? Very simple. It is very easy. Just to create two different references. Yes, possible. No? This is references only. Now watch. Same thing. I would like to move to a relation. See here, references should be different only. Yeah, observe. EMP1, EMP2, references only there. Relational data elements. And now watch. You are creating up a table with column names as EID, E name, EADDR. And already you know, whenever you create a table at the back end, always you maintain up a standard rules of creating up a primary key and then you will work. I will tell 10. Watch Sachin. I will tell Mumbai Indians or MI. Okay, because data is equal. And now tell me here, I want you people to answer. You can create two objects with the same data within it, but on the database end, can you create two entries? Can you create two records with the same data? Like this, is this possible? Is this possible? No, it is not possible. That itself is called as identity mismatch. And I would like to ask you a simple question. In Java, please tell me if you want to check whether the elements available here are same or not. If you want to check, tell me how will you check it up? In both the objects, the data available here, if they are same or not, if you want to check, how will you check it? How would you check? Very simple. I'm not asking you people to check the references. References, if you want to check, you will use double equal operator. If at all, if you are very good, there is a equals method approach available. Equals of override the equals method of inside the employee class and check it out. It is very easy. But tell me here in the relational data elements, at any given point of time, can you check whether two elements are equal or not? Whether two records, because that condition only will never come. That condition itself will never exist. That only we call it as identity mismatch. And then internally Hibernate will give that approach of checking up whether two records are equal or not through some algorithms, and that is not required for us. And that is the reason I didn't spoke on that day. Maybe one student has asked me to tell, so I am telling it up. Very simple. In object oriented elements, in object orientation technologies, we have a mechanism like equals through which we can compare. But in relational data elements, we don't have any approach like equals and all to compare the records. And that is the reason we say this as identity mismatch. Here, observe, we have, but here it is not there. I hope I am clear. Coming back to this Hibernate features. Watch. Watch it. Very important things I will explain here, because when I write the code, I will not speak on all this, whatever I am showing now. Simply, I will keep writing up the code. At that time, you should not ask me, sir, you are simply writing up the code. That is the reason I am explaining it here. First Hibernate feature. Uh, Internal algorithms are there. Internally, algorithms are there for this. Solution is internal algorithms. Internally, there are some algorithms through which it will support, through which it will tell two records are equal or not. This it is not required. It is not there in our curriculum. It is not there. Internal primary key generation algorithm it uses, through which it will tell two records are equal. Don't try to do it up like that. It will tell. First Hibernate feature which I would like to talk is this. Now, you have wrote a code in JDBC. How many of you wrote a code in JDBC? Maybe you people would have wrote it up. Now, please tell me, is JDBC a platform dependent technology? Once a candidate is telling no, few of them are telling yes. No, okay. I would just ask you a simple question. Watch it. If you are following a technique of JDBC, who will write your query code? Answer to me. As a Java programmer, if you are telling I am following up JDBC in my enterprise application, who has to write the database code? Programmer has to write. Answer to me, programmer. Now watch it. Assume I am a programmer. I am a programmer, and I would just tell my database backend engine is Oracle. Please tell me now, if the database engine is a Oracle, how you should write up your query code? You should write up Oracle native code. Means SQL code I am speaking of. Yes or no? What Oracle database engine can understand, that you can write. Wait. Assume I am a programmer. One more programmer. He is telling I am following up MySQL in my database. MySQL. Please tell me, if he is following up MySQL, correctly think and answer. He has to write up a MySQL native code in the sense that particular database engine code. Would everyone agree with the statements? Whatever I have wrote? Please answer to me. Please answer to me. Answer to me. Oracle native code and MySQL native code, both this code are the same. Syntax wise, everything is it same? They are not same. They are not same. Some data types available in Oracle is not available in MySQL. Some data types available in MySQL is not available in Oracle. Means that JDBC, is it a platform dependent technology? Whatever you use here, depending on that you should write. Whatever you use here, depending on that you should write. Yes or no? Thumbs up. Everyone understood the meaning of platform dependent technology? Yes. Wait, I would just remove this. I would just write one feature now. Just observe this. Observe it. I would tell Hibernate. Watch it. It is a database. It is database independent. It is database independent, and it can be used for any type of database. Are you okay? Are you okay with this sentence? Your JDBC means as a programmer, you are writing up a code means you should be aware of what is the database engine. That native code you should be aware of. But I am using up a Hibernate. Hibernate if I use, let that be a Oracle, let that be a Sybase, let that be a MySQL. I will not worry. Why? Because at the end of the day, I will not write a code only. I mean to say, will I write up a query if I use Hibernate? Answer to me. If I write up, I mean, if I use Hibernate in my application as a programmer, will I scratch my head in writing up a low level SQL statement? No. Everything who will do? Hibernate will do. But I would like to write one point here. This point, when I write the application, I will use, listen, depending on the database engine, we should provide a dialect class information to Hibernate software. When I say this statement, you people will think, hey, what is this? I will tell you, very simple. See, as a programmer, you are not writing up your low level SQL statement. First statement, is that correct or wrong? You tell, then I will talk on this point, the bracket point, whatever I have wrote. As a programmer, if you are using Hibernate, will you write your SQL statements? No. Who will write? Hibernate will write. Hibernate will write means, to the Hibernate you should tell which database engine you are using. Yes or no, you tell. Everyone, you are not writing, I agree. Who is writing? Hibernate is writing. But to the Hibernate you should tell, look Hibernate, I am using up this DB engine called MySQL. I am using this DB engine called Sybase. I am using this DB engine called Oracle. At least that information you should tell. Sir, why you should tell? Hey, if you don't tell that, how will he generate up the low level SQL statement what you are writing it up long back? That information you should tell. To tell that only, Hibernate people had given up one class called dialect class. Sir, where is this dialect class, sir? When you download that Hibernate software, you will get that class. How many of you are comfortable with this first statement? When I write the program, I will never tell anything. Simply I keep writing up the code. At that time, if you tell, sir, explain, I will never do it. Now only you should understand. Crystal clear? Can I proceed to the next statement? Okay. See, one candidate is asking dialect. See, dialect means it is telling to the Hibernate software. You are telling to the Hibernate software that, look, my database engine is Oracle. So you should generate a query. You should generate a query according to the DB engine called Oracle. Am I clear now? Am I clear? Yeah. This is a Hibernate people headache. Why will you scratch? Whether it is, yeah. It has all the DB classes. All database classes it has. All normal database classes. Whatever you people normally use. Oracle, MySQL, Sybase, H2, these things. Can I continue? One candidate has asked me one more question. I didn't get what is he asking. Sir, who has given this class? Hibernate people from Red Hat community. That software you download, right? That people had given up the classes. You need not want to worry. Second step. How many of you know the meaning of standalone application and server application, server side application? How many of you know? Yes. Yes, 100% you have to use dialect. Otherwise, how will you expect a Hibernate software to write a query? Okay, listen. I would tell Hibernate is applicable for both standalone and server side applications. See, if you are learning Hibernate, you can use that Hibernate on a standalone applications also. If you know Hibernate, you can use that on server side also. I hope I am completely clear here. Both it is applicable. Both it is applicable. But please observe. Hibernate had come up to overcome the drawback of which ORM tool, guys? Hibernate had come up to overcome the drawbacks of which Hibernate tool? EJB. But please understand, EJB, if you are learning it up, it is applicable only on server side. You need servers only to run. If you don't have server, EJB will not run. Tell me, if there is a tight coupling like this, if there is a tight coupling which has been achieved like this, will the programmer appreciate the tool? They tell, if you are learning a PJB, please keep a server. In the server only I will run. Standalone, no, I will not run. That was one of the loophole this Gavin King has noticed, and he had come up with the tool called Hibernate, where it can run on standalone application, it can run on server side. Sir, which side will you teach? I will teach standalone also. I will teach one application on server side also. Maybe you people are already aware of servlets and JSPs. How many of you are aware of servlet JSP? One program I will write it on server side also and I will teach. But many of the applications I will test it on standalone only. Is that okay? That's great. I will tell the next application. I mean to say the next point. And this is very important. Try to understand. I will tell Hibernate is having a very good cache mechanism. Sir, what is this, sir? Cache mechanism? Wait, guys. I would just go to a tool. There I can explain that. This board will not work. 1 second. Listen, guys. Can you see this paint? Just watch this. Just watch it. I would just say this is one application which I have. One application. 1 second. This is one application which I have. What is the application name, sir? I would tell some Java application you have wrote. 1 second. Why it is not taking now? Oh, like that I should keep. Okay. I would just tell, maybe I will increase the font weight. I would just tell Java application. Okay. Writing it on a board was very easy to me. What is this? Okay. See, this is my Java application. In this Java application, assume there are some modules available. First module. Carefully notice. Second module. Module means one function. What is one function, sir? That also you tell. Maybe this is the functionality to perform create operation. Means you write a record. This is one which reads a record. This is one which updates a record. That is the functionality of all this. In the same context, what I will do, I will tell this is my database. 1 second. I would just keep this now here. I would just tell this is my database. This is the database part. Maybe I would just draw a line. The records are available here. Now, just watch. I would just write few records there. I will tell this is employee number. This is employee name. This is my employee address. Like that, I have a record available. And I would also say this is my table. What is the table name, sir? I will tell the table name is employee. This is my employee table. Sufficient. Now, guys, I have a question. Now I have a question. This is available in the database. Keep that in mind. Okay, if I want to show you that as a database, wait, this is available in the database. You should have that picture in your mind. I am not a artist, guys. You should bear with my diagrams. On the board, I would have wrote it beautifully, but here you should bear with it. Visible for everyone, my diagrams. Okay. Watch it. Just watch it. Clear? Okay, sufficient. Now, I would just ask you. I have told you that these are the three modules which I have. Tell me now, if I tell this one to go and get the record from the database, he has to go to the database, he has to contact the table, and then the record available here he has to pull. Would you agree with that statement? Yes, that is what you people were doing it till now. He will go there and he would just pull it. This is first approach. Same way, I would just tell again, one time he is contacting the database. I would just tell again here, again he is contacting the database because he also needs a record. And I would say again, oh, he is contacting the database. Just watch here. He is also again contacting the database. Oh. Again, he is also contacting the database. Now, please tell me how many times you have contacted the database here? How many times? 3 times. Please tell me now, every time contacting the database and getting the record, don't you think it is reducing the efficiency of this application? Yes. That is what your JDBC is. Every time you tell select star from, run to the database, get the record. Every time you tell insert into, immediately go and contact the database. Every time you tell update, oh, go there, go there, go there. Number of trips, whatever my application is making to the database is more. This would certainly reduce the efficiency of the application. But my Hibernate is not like that. I will tell you how my Hibernate would work. Just watch it. My Hibernate will not contact the database every time. It will not contact. Batch update also. Batch update, whatever you have told, it is only on the batch update was there to decrease it. My friend, in a batch update, tell me what are the types of queries you have wrote? Constant queries is what you people would have wrote. Similar type queries. It was not one insert, one select, one update, one thing like that you would intro identical. Identical. Every time can you expect identical operations only to be done? Then now watch. Here what I will do, you just watch. Here watch. My Hibernate, what it would do is, notice, it internally maintains one memory. It internally maintains one memory. If you ask me what is the memory name, the name happens to be cache. Cache memory. It internally maintains a cache memory. And in that cache memory, what would be there if you ask? First time when you send a request, watch it, I would send a request for the first time. First time when you send a request, he will go, he will contact. And that information, he will bring it. First time he will bring it here. Second time when this fellow sends a request, please have observe, Hibernate will first check whether it is available in the cache memory or not. If it is not available, only then he will go here. How many of you understood this point? Hibernate first will contact the cache memory. In the cache memory, if the data already exists, it will never contact the database. Now tell me, internally, if it maintains up a cache memory, yeah, exactly like a sessions. Yes. If it maintains a cache memory, what is the advantage your application will have towards the client? Please tell me. What is the advantage you will have towards your client? Quickly, can you send a response? Quickly, you can tell, yes, you are a genuine client, access it. Yes. Easily, fast processing. Yes. Tell me, do you want that facility to be there in your tool? Do you want that facility to be there in your tool? Yes. That is the facility your Hibernate software will give. I hope I am clear there with the sentence, whatever I have made. 1 second. I would just share you this slide. You're trying to correlate your servlets concepts. What are all there inside the cache memory? Please, you should answer to me. What are there available inside your JRE? Inside your JRE component, what are the internal things available? Can you tell? Who has switched on the camera? What you are telling is only the software names. I am asking about the internal thing. Internal things I am asking. See, cache is just a memory storage area where it will keep track of the records. And this is at a very high level. As a programmer, why will you worry about that? Why will you worry about that? With entire table will come in cache memory if we get one record from the table? No. Depending upon who has switched on the camera? Imras, those who have switched on the camera, you just remove them from the group. I mean, remove it off from them. See, don't try to think too much. Not required. Cache memory means it is such a place where frequently used records will come and sit. Frequently you are contacting the table, frequently you are speaking to that record means that record will come and sit. For what purpose? For your usage purpose, for your beneficiary purpose. That's it. What internally will be there? What is the max limit if you are asking? That is internally dependent by the Hibernate engine. Hibernate engine internally maintains that. That specification will never be disclosed to the outside world. Why? Because it is their own product. They will never disclose that. Cache limit and all, it will not be used. It will not be required also for the developer. Why? Because which record it has kept. How many records at a time can cache have? Depending upon the query you write, depending upon the persistence operation you do in your enterprise application, it will maintain. Fine. I would just tell. Oh, no, 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 no. Cache memory, only records will come, not even table. Only record. Only record. Only particular record will come, not even the table. Forget about database. Database will never come. Database will be there only. Watch. I would tell Hibernate is having. What is this? In our browser means? Hibernate is having a, very good annotations support to reduce XML configuration in enterprise application. My friends, just watch this one. Whatever point I have told, the definition of an ORM, where is it? Just check. Tell me ORM information to the Hibernate software. How will you give? Either through XML or through annotations. Yes or no? Now, if you are interested in giving it through, annotations, yes, you can give it. You can give it through annotations also. You can give so that XML configuration will be reduced in the enterprise application. I hope I'm clear. Yeah, just like your servlet @web servlet. Can you recollect your Java? Instead of writing up XML code, you can write annotations also. But I will teach both. Initially, to start with, I will tell XML and then I will dive into annotations. Now, one more feature I would like to tell. This is very important. Very important. Notice this and just tell me. Assume I am building up one application. One simple application I'm trying to build. If you ask me what is the application doing, watch. I will tell, maybe here only I will tell SID, yes name, yes address. I have, and I have one submit. This is only that cache, man. Is there any type of cache is available? Yeah, this is only inbuilt cache. Inbuilt. You cannot give a cache of your own. That is not possible. Watch this. Listen carefully. And now, wait. This SID I will not specify. Yes name and yes password I would tell. Guys, you are building up one enterprise application. Assume you are building an enterprise application and your front end page is this only. Tell me in the database how you should maintain up this information. How you should maintain in the enterprise. I mean to say database as a table. Great. How you should keep the record? Carefully watch it. For every entry whatever you make, automatically in the database you will create one column called SID, which happens to be a primary key column. You will tell yes name and you will tell yes password. You tell me, being a database program, I mean to say DB developer, tell me, is this column a mandatory column? Yes. To keep the information of them, it is mandatory. Now assume, I will tell SID. I will give a chance for the client only to enter. Is that okay for you? If I tell my client only to enter up SID so that I can get here and I will keep. If he does like that, is that okay? How many of you say yes, it is okay, no problem? No. Why? One student has told, yes, sir, okay, no problem. What is there in that? Please observe. I would tell one client is entering up a data 10. And I will tell one data is entering it as Sachin. One data he is entering it as Tendulkar. And he will click. First time, no problem. 10 will come and sit here. Watch. I will tell 10. I will tell you the problem. Watch. 10. I will tell password is Tendulkar. He has told, okay, no problem. Now, watch. Since it is a enterprise application, it will be available in the internet. One more client will come now, where he will enter something. I will tell again, he is entering it as 10. Now watch it. He is entering it as Shahid. Now watch. Again he is entering his password Afridi. And now please carefully think and tell. This record also is a genuine client. He is also my client. But this information, can I store it inside the database? Please tell me now. If I can't store it inside a database, don't you think I am losing this client? He is my customer. At the end of the day, I will get money from him. But just because of this one information, I cannot store his information here. Because I can't store, I have to lose this client. Means I'm putting some condition on my application. If I put condition on an application, don't you think I will lose out clients? Many clients I will lose. If I lose many clients, business I am going to lose. Yes. That is the reason what I will do. I will not give this information to the client. What I will do is, in the database already you people would have learned. In the database, you have something called as primary key generation algorithms are available here. Would you say yes or no for this? Please tell. Primary key generation algorithms are there. That one generation algorithm, what you have learned. The second client information also can I store? Tell me, is this good or bad now? I won't lose any clients. I will keep track of every client information here. Is that good or bad? Now let it be good or bad. That is a secondary story. But I have one serious question now. Serious question. When you work with the database, when you work with this Hibernate tool, will you ever speak with the database? Will you normally will you go and will you tell that, hey, look, database, I want to create a primary key like this. I want to create a column like this. I want to create a column like this. No. Now watch. If you are not talking, 100% Hibernate should support this mechanism automatically. This feature it should bring in. So I will tell in this style. Watch carefully. You should watch. Hibernate is having a very good implementation for primary key generation algorithms. I will show you this. Primary key generation algorithms in order to insert primary key value for each and every insert operation. Tell me, do you want this feature in Hibernate? You don't give up any primary key value. Automatically, he will only increment the value and he will only keep. He will never ask from the clients also. Automatically, that would be done. And if that has to be done in the Hibernate, some facility should be there. That is this facility. Now, I will write one more thing, which is very important. This feature, I can show it to you practically. I can show all this practically. I will show. Watch. Guys, I will write one code. Whether that is correct or wrong, you people should tell. Think and answer. You should think and you should answer. I have one controller, which is a servlet. Normally, servlet will never go and talk to the database. This way is very bad. In your servlet coding, how many of you have wrote the code in this style? How many of you have wrote the code in this style? Controller directly talking to the servlet. No? Okay. How did you wrote? No, no one. No? Oh, that's great then. Oh, then you are aware of these steps. Watch it. Controller will contact whom then to go and talk to the database? First. Controller will contact whom? Model. Huh? Okay. I will tell there is a service layer. Oh, you are telling about MVC pattern. I will tell DAO layer. At least this you have heard. This one. DTO. DTO will come here. No, na. Okay. No problem. When I write one code, I will show you all this. I will write one servlet code. At that time, I will bring in all this, and here I will bring in Hibernate. Don't worry. Just listen. Now, watch. This is the fellow who will talk with the presentation layer. At least this control flow, you know. This one. Presentation layer means HTML. HTML will talk with the servlet, and you people would have missed these things. These two things. Directly, you would have contacted the database. Normally, you would have done it up. No problem. If you have done it up like that also, no problem. And now, guys, in this hierarchy, assume the client is asking for all the records in the database. Watch it. This is correctly, you should listen. Client is asking for all the records in the database. Tell me, all the records in the database means from the database, you should tell select star from. Would you agree with it? Okay. What is the return type of select star from? Query execution according to your Java part. If you execute a statement there, create statement is what you will create. Create statement you will execute. Return type of execute query result set. Answer to me, guys. Answer to me. Very good. Result set. This you will tell. Watch. The data available in the result set object should come over to this layer. data transmission is not possible through the result set object because it is not implementing serializable interface. I have told you that. Answer to me. Data from the database should come to the DO layer. Here it will be there, but it should go and contact whom? Servlet. And from here you should send it to whom? Presentation layer. Tell me, result set object, can you move from one layer to another layer, one layer to another layer? Can you move? No. Why? Because it is not implementing serializable interface. Transmission is not possible. Can you recollect the point what I told? Somewhere I would have given that as a drawback. Watch it. Yes. Now what will you do for that? See, watch. What normally you will do, I will say in Java programming aspect, if you want to do, this is how you would have done it up. Watch it. You will tell, I will create a student object. Watch, watch, watch. How Hibernate will help you out, I will show. Student type, student. Assume it is a student record. Student object you will create. And you will write a code like this, as long as result set dot next. If it is true, notice what you will do is, I will tell, watch, student dot get SID. Assume that is the information you have. Result set dot get string of SID. Don't ask me what I'm doing. All these things you would have done it up in your code. Well, that only I am doing it. That is the reason I have asked you. You people should answer this correctly. Here I would tell SID, yes name. From the result set object, you are pulling out that yes name. So many lines of code you should write. Yes, address. I will tell result set dot get the string yes address. Guys, whatever data you have it in your result set object, you have kept it in student. Now watch, many records you need to send. So what will you do? Watch it. Observe, observe. How my Hibernate will give a solution also I will tell. How many of you know this line? You please tell. How many of you know this line? Now I will write one more thing that you tell how many of you know. How many of you know the last line? Whatever I have done. Yes. Now please observe. Now please observe. Everyone should carefully observe and you should tell. See, I have created a array list object. In that list, I have told I will keep student object. Okay, you keep, no problem. Watch it. Record by record, record by record, record by record, I have pulled out. One record, one record, one record. That complete student object, I have kept it inside my students list. Because the list name is students. Now, everyone answer to me. Can I send this students object in the internet? From one layer to another layer, can I transfer the data? Think and answer. Think. You have not learned collections also properly then. Observe this object list. All collections object, whatever you have learned, array list, linked list, hash set, linked hash set, all those things, they have indirectly implemented interface called serializable. And all these objects can be sent in the network so that they can decode it and they can use. You are getting my point? What I am talking? Everyone answer to me. Are you getting my point? These objects, you can send it over the network. Which object? To this list object. Yeah. Yes. Observe. Now tell me how many lines of code actually you have wrote here. How many lines of code actually you have wrote? You created a list. You created the object. You wrote all this logic and then you are only sending it. Tell me In an enterprise application, will you scratch your head in writing up all this code? Will you explicitly write it up why it is required? And now watch, I will tell you that point. I will tell. Hibernate has a very good support of collections. You need not want to write all this. Just one thing you can tell. What's it? I will tell. That's all. You just tell like this. You just tell like this. What he would give is this one. He will give. Tell me, sir, who is writing this method? You need not want to write. Hibernate people have already wrote it. What they will do is all these things they will only do. Not all this. This one. Tell me, is that good or bad for you? For the user, is it good or bad? I hope all of you are comfortable with what I have told. Yes, yes, everything internally will be written in the list. Automatic, that is automatic. You can focus only on your logic. Okay. This is one more thing which my Hibernate will give. Like that, there are many, maybe one or two also I would like to tell. Wait. One more. Watch. This one I would just delete it off. I hope you have understood what I meant. That is sufficient because in the code we will write it. Next one. Now watch it. Yeah. It will completely clear. All these features only I will use there. One more thing. I will tell. Hibernate is having a very good support for associations and joins. What is the meaning, sir? Meaning is this. Have we learned this one? In there is a mismatch of association which will occur. Object oriented one approach, but in case of a database there are 3 or 4 approaches. For this also it is having a very good support. I will this I cannot explain it here. When I write a code I will show you the join. Both the joins I will show. Now Hibernate is having a very good transaction support. What is the meaning of transaction, guys? I hope in JDBC also you people would have learned. What is transaction? A batch updation. Transaction means performing a similar querying operation simultaneously on a single database. Performing series of persistence operations simultaneously on a database. That only is called as transaction, and Hibernate is having a very good transaction support. I will show you that also in the code. I will show you that. One more feature I will write. This feature you should know because we learned this. What is SQL, guys? Full form? Okay. That commit, rollback, all those things. Yeah, we will do that here. We will do it. SQL stands for Structured Querying Language. Tell me, as a programmer, as a Java programmer, is this required to me? Now watch. Now watch. Hibernate gives his own querying language. Hibernate gives his own querying language to work with database. I will tell the language name as Hibernate Querying Language. See, it tells low-level SQL statements I will only write. That is SQL statement, select a star from. Like that, he will only write. Sir, I want to talk with the database on my own style through Hibernate. Can I do it up? Yes, it will allow you to do it up through this language called HQL, Hibernate Querying Language. And here, this language is purely in the form of object orientation. Tell me, for a Java developer, learning of the principles of object orientation, is it difficult? Following the syntax of object orientation, will it be very difficult? No, Hibernate tells no problem. If you are interested in writing up a query on your own to talk with the database through Hibernate, yes, that also I will support through a language called Hibernate Querying Language. It is purely on the principle of object orientation. Like that, if I keep writing it up, one point I missed out. This is very important. How many of you know connection pooling mechanism? Connection pooling. Yes. Watch. Hibernate is having its own connection pooling mechanism. And I would also tell it also supports third-party connection pooling mechanisms also. One candidate asked, sir, you told the default connection pooling mechanism is 10. What if there are 100 requests coming? The remaining 90 requests, they have to wait. No. I don't want my clients to wait. Then you should go for a third-party connection pooling mechanisms. You can integrate that also there. Am I clear here with what I told? It is having its own connection pooling mechanism, as well as it supports third-party connection pooling mechanisms. These points, I think so, it is more than sufficient to start our journey, because features is what I have told. That's all, nothing else. I would just continue with the architecture now. Watch it. Guys, everyone, are you getting a awareness on Hibernate? Some awareness. Oh, he's doing up many things. So if we learn Hibernate, our job will be reduced at the database. And then many internal things it is doing it up so that it supports our application in a high, I mean to say, it will improve our performance. One candidate is asking, connection pooling means for today first class? Guys, did I taught connection pooling mechanism in JDBC here? The problem of this one, that student is asking again. I'm getting doubt whether I have taught it for this batch or for the other batch. For this batch only, I think so I have taught. MySQL data source is an object which supports connection pooling mechanism. Okay. Now I would like to speak about the Hibernate architecture, how it is built. This is very interesting. Correctly watch this. Understand this Hibernate architecture. Programs and all, leave it to me. One line changes. That's all. For all the code, it is very easy to write. Very easy. Watch it. I would just move to my diagram. I have to write the diagrams there. Then only you will understand. Where it went? 1 second. 1 minute. I have to open up that thing. Guys, I have installed that Pinta and then many things. Their tools are not there. Tools are not there to do drawings. One second. Oh, this is giving up a left space. This is only best. Watch it. Carefully, you should listen. Whenever you build Hibernate application, Not shared, huh? Now, can you see the paint? Everyone? Now, visible, I think so. Watch it. Watch. This is important. Listen carefully, you should listen. I will tell this is the place where I stand, meaning I am a client. Okay, sir. Next watch. This is the place where I keep my Hibernate software. Okay, he is my Hibernate software. What is the main role of this Hibernate software, sir? The main role of this Hibernate software is to go and talk to the database. That is only its main role. In the database, to which table, sir? That is your wish. Whichever table you want him to talk, you tell him, he will go and talk. Watch. I would just write the names there so that you people will get a clarity. Don't worry, I will give time for you to copy up this diagram. Only this diagram, you should have it in your book every time. And when I say open that, you should open it up, because when I write the program, don't ask me what you are doing. Sufficient, I think so. Watch. This is my client application. I will tell client application. Sir, what is the meaning of client application, sir? Client application means your Java code. Sir, what type of Java code, sir? Is it a standalone code or is it a server code? To start our journey in Hibernate, let that be a standalone code, means main method code. Comfortable till here, everyone? Can I proceed? Now, watch it. Just watch. I would tell this is my Hibernate software. This one. Sir, who will give Hibernate software? Already it's a open source available in the internet. Go and download it. That's it. Hibernate software. Okay, sir. Then this is my database. Which database, sir? That depends upon your choice of interest. I would use MySQL. MongoDB, yeah, you use it. You use it. I will tell MySQL. Finish. Now watch. Now watch. What is the role of this Hibernate software? What is the role of this Hibernate software? Means, what are the things you are expecting from that Hibernate? Can you people just tell expectation of the Hibernate? What and all you are expecting from him? I have just told you as a features. What are the things you are expecting? Tell. He is the one who has to go and get the connection to the database. Now, wait. Very good. Second one. He is the one who has to write a query. After writing up a query, depending upon my instruction, if I tell him to please save, listen, I will tell step by step. First expectation of the Hibernate software. First, he has to go and connect to the database. Which database? That I will tell. Second, depending upon my instruction, he has to write a query. After writing up a query, he has to take that query. He has to go to the database. After going to the database, he has to contact the respective table. In the table, he has to perform the necessary operation, whatever I have instructed him to do. If I tell insert, he has to insert. But because I will not tell insert there, because I am a high level developer, Java developer, I will never tell insert. I will tell it in some style. But he should understand that style, convert that into a low level SQL style, and then he has to push the record. Understanding these many things he has to do. Yes or no? Tell yes or no. First, he has to go and talk to the database. Watch it. Simply, he cannot go and talk to the database. For him, you should give to which database you have to go and contact. Wait, that is what I would just write it here. Watch the steps. I would just tell here. I will tell give the necessary configuration details. What details should I give, sir? First one, driver class name you should give, to which driver you should go and load. I mean, to which thing I should go and connect. Second one, that database URL you should give. That database username you should give. That database password you should give. Otherwise, how can he go and connect? Tell me, all these things are they required for the Hibernate software to go and talk to the database? Normally, when you write the code, obviously you would have given up all these things. And watch. Notice, this is only called as, we call it as configuration file. How many of you have used this word configuration file in your programming aspects of Java? Many times you would have heard about this configuration file, configuration file like that. Yes, that configuration file you should give it here. I hope I am clear there, guys. First, to the Hibernate software, you should give the configuration files, all these things. My friend, what you are asking, I am not getting. Those who are telling where did the listen in JDBC, meaning I didn't understand your thing. What you are asking, I didn't get. Later on, you ask, I will tell. Later on, you ask, I will tell what your problem is. And now, watch, guys. The next one. This is first step. Okay, I agree with it. Next one. Watch. I will move to this architecture correctly if you understand. Wait. Still, just at a macro level, don't ask much. I have some things to tell at a proper time. I will tell. Just listen. I will tell. I have wrote one class where I will tell the class name. I will tell it as private int employee ID. Only 3 columns I will maintain to just start with. String employee name, private string employee address. Guys, this is one class. And I will tell one more word here. Yeah, property files only. Get this. Watch. Just watch it. Hey, don't worry on all those. Why you are thinking? I will tell what exactly it means. I will tell. Now I will tell a Java code which maps to the database. A Java code which maps to the database. This code, we call it as Pojo class, or few of them will call this as a bean class. Am I clear here completely? Am I clear here? Now this class will map to the database. So if you ask me what is there in the database, watch it. Database part. Here only I will write. Table name, employee. Convention, you notice here, standards. But in the database, I will tell everything in uppercase. That's it. That is the only difference. Convention. I will tell employee name, employee address, sufficient. One candidate is asking, sir, does bean has a constructor? My friend, you only just tell. If I don't write constructor, what will your compiler do? I am not writing any constructor here. If I don't write any constructor, what will your compiler do? A default. Then why should I write it up? Required for me to speak on the constructor part. Sufficient. I hope you have understood. Now notice, please notice here employee ID, it is matching it to employee ID. Employee name matching it to this, employee address mapping it to this. This kind of mapping also I should give it to my Hibernate. I should tell, look Hibernate, my employee class would actually map to my employee table. So I will tell here, watch it. My employee class will actually map to my employee table. The next one, my employee ID, which is actually an entity there, which should actually map to EID. This information also I should give it to my Hibernate. Otherwise, how will Hibernate come to know which table, what column and all? By talking to you people, I wrote it wrong here. Employee name. Are you getting, guys, what I am doing? Are you getting? Because when I move to the code, you should not be disturbed. That is the reason slowly I am explaining step by step here. Yes. You tell me, don't you think that this information I should give it? Otherwise, how will Hibernate come to know? Yes or no? Please tell. Should I give this information to Hibernate? Otherwise, Hibernate will not be aware of that. Oh, is it mandatory uppercases? Standard developers follows this convention. Not mandatory. Developers will follow this convention only. You can write it in lowercase also, no problem. I would just go here. I would just go to my paint there and I would show you that. So one more additional thing is also required. I would just select this, watch it. I would just keep a window here and I would just start to write. Watch it. Give mapping information of class to table one second. Class to table and then ID entity to primary key, normal property to normal column. I hope you have understood what I have done there. No confusion I would feel. Anybody? Any things which you are asking? This also should be given to the Hibernate software. Can I continue now? Can I tell what do we call this as? Yeah, watch it. I would just tell this file is called as mapping file. Normal name. What is there inside this? Looking at that only you should tell, oh, mapping information is available. That's it. Everyone happy? So Hibernate, whatever Hibernate expects, everything we have given up. Now it's all about working up. Now it's all about working up. Left side corner. No, I needed that in place. That is the reason I have kept it there. Everything is ready. And now watch. I didn't spoke about the client application now. So whatever Hibernate software required, I have told configuration details, mapping information. So it will go and connect to the database. Now watch. I will tell the steps. I will tell the steps. Coming over here. Client application. In the client application, what will you do? I am telling. First step, activate the Hibernate software. You should activate it. Sir, when I do activation, what will he do, sir? Watch it. I will show you what internally he will do. Can we use, sir, can Hibernate make tables in the databases for us? Yes, it can make. First, understand the architecture. Remaining things I will tell you. Maybe you are attending the classes for the second time, my friend. That is the reason you are asking me all this. First, understand the architecture, because many of your friends, they're listening this architecture, seeing this architecture for the first time. In fact, you also maybe, because the other trainer wouldn't have explained it up in this way. I'm very sure about that. You should wait for some time. Everything I will tell, not even one point I will skip. Why should I skip? My knowledge is there to share with you people. I will share it up. Listen, don't ask me these things, because your friends will be disturbed. Listen, first, watch it. First, I would tell activating the Hibernate software. When you activate the Hibernate software, immediately what Hibernate software will do is, it will first go and contact the configuration file. It will contact the configuration file. Sir, after contacting the configuration file, what he will get? He will get all these things. Tell me, if Hibernate software gets all these things, can he go and contact and get the connection to the database or not? Please tell. Once you activate the software, Hibernate will go here. Once he goes here, he will get everything. Watch. So I would just come back. Hibernate software went there. He came back. Once he comes back, he has all the information. So immediately what he will do is, he will tell, hey, I got the connection to you. Like that, it will tell to your application. He went and he came back. Sir, with what he comes back? He comes back with the connection object, and that connection object, he will keep it in the connection pool. I would repeat again, connection he got, and that connection object, he will keep it in the connection pool. So this fellow should access only the pool, not directly the connection object. Are you aware of these terminologies, whatever I'm telling? Already Hibernate software has some inbuilt pools. In that pool, that connection object he will keep. So you should use only that pool, not directly the connection object, not required. Just talk to that pool. That pool will give you the object. Now watch. Now watch. After doing that, here I have wrote only driver class, URL, username, password. But along with that, my friends, I would also tell one more thing here. This is not required at this stage, but you people let it have it in your mind. You will also give a dialect information. Sir, what is dialect, sir? Just now in the features I have told you dialect. What is Hibernate? What is the meaning of dialect? If a client tells perform this query, he should be in a position to generate the query according to the database. Yes or no? I would just tell, please insert the record. He has to generate the insert query according to the database. That information also you should only give. Next one. Okay, I will generate that query, but where I should keep that query? Oh, means to say that query corresponds to whom? That information also you should give here. That information also you should give. Please observe, when you just activate the Hibernate software, what are the things Hibernate software will get from the configuration file? Just closely have a look on this. Driver class, URL, username, password, and also it will come to know what is the database dialect. So I should prepare myself to generate the query when the client asks me to generate the query, that information. And when the client tells, please save the record, it should be in a position to tell, oh, that record is for this class. Oh, that data is for this primary key. Oh, that data is for this normal column. Like that, everything you should be ready. That ready part is available here. Tell me, is that good or bad? This one, Hibernate software keeping it ready. Once I activate it, is that good or bad? Good. And now looking at this mapping information, he will also go to this part. I'm sorry. He would also go to this part and he will check, oh, all the mapping information, is it available to me or not? He will check and he will be ready. And he tells, hey, client, you have activated me. Yes, I am ready. You throw whatever you are interested in throwing to me, you throw. I am ready to collect it and I am ready to execute it. Like that he will tell. How many of you understood this? The architecture till now, client is not talking, just activate it, that's it. And now watch, I will move to the second step. Here only I will tell. Watch it. What is the third step, sir? Now he tells, create a persistent object. And the third step, perform persistence operation. Sir, do this, sir. I am very interested to see what is this, what you are trying to do. Watch. Tell me, what is the persistence object in our case? If you ask, this fellow only is the persistence object, because this data only should be stored in the database. Yes or no? Answer to me. Yes. Sir, how to create an object? For a Java programmer, how to create an object? If you ask me, meaningless that is. See, I will create new employee. This step should I teach to a Java programmer who is well versed with all the application building up? And now, watch. Since it is a Pojo class or a Bean class, you can insert the data like this. Please observe, I have created my second step. With this, I will cut it and I will keep it here. Okay, yeah. Okay for you people. Okay. Activating the Hibernate software, I have told you diagrammatically. Now performing persistence operation. Watch it, guys. I will show the persistence operation. Sir, what persistence operation, sir? Tell me, what are the normal persistence operations you know? This is the basic one. Yes or no? Crud. Can you just see? Long back, I have told you what is persistence. Watch it. To make the data permanent inside a backend system, if you perform any operation, then that operation only is called as data persistence operation. And see, correct. I would always refer to my previous classes and I would link. You should be in a position to revise and attend so that you will understand it in a better way. And sir, how will you do it, sir? Watch it. I will tell employee object should be, or I will tell just observe. Please save. What you should save? My employee object you should save. That's all. Tell me what I am telling to my Hibernate software. Hibernate software, please save. He will ask, hey, what should I save? I employee object you save. That's all. Sir, okay, when you tell save, what will your Hibernate software do? Watch it. I will show it here. Diagrammatically, I will show. Everyone correctly understand the architecture? I would just this is my client application and I would just draw one circle over here and I will give a name to that as persistence object. Watch it, guys. When I tell that as a persistence object, sir, what is persistence object? I have told you already. Watch it carefully. You should notice the arrows, how it moves to the Hibernate software. After activating, what would you give? If you ask me, I would say you just give persistence object. This persistence object would be given to Hibernate software. But please tell me, once you have activated, already is my Hibernate software got connected to the database and it knows everything about your persistence object or not? Please tell. Once you once you activated your Hibernate software already got the information of the driver class, URL, username, dialect information, mapping information, everything it has. Meaning already about the persistence object also it knows. Why? Because already it went and it took back and it is ready. Hey, give me the object. I am ready to do the operation. Everyone say yes or no for this. Yes. Answer to me whether you have understood it or not. I want, because from next class onwards only program I will keep writing, that's all, keeping this picture in the background. Can I continue? I would repeat again. When you activate your Hibernate software will go to the, maybe a numbers also I will give it, so that you will get an idea. Numbers if I give, uh, this is my first step. I mean, the first thing what my Hibernate will do. This is my second thing. After that, it will go here. Third thing, I would just like to yes. And save of employee who received it, Hibernate software. Now watch. Hibernate software has to speak with MySQL DB. And when it tells a save, Hibernate software already knows the dialect information. Based on the dialect information, what it would do, I will tell. Watch here. Since we specified dialect, Hibernate software will generate low level SQL query